like they get macho.
It's late night lemonade. We're gonna take a walk in the shade. We're gonna sit and talk for a while. So come on, everyone, just put on a smile.
Oh my god, that's so cute.
Yay!
Uh-oh.
You look great.
Well, they don't let us see ourselves before we go on.
This is how every single show starts.
I know.
Hey everyone, how are you?
Good.
Not you. I know you're good.
Oh, they're doing great out here.
They are? Hey Katie.
Hey!
Are you guys happy Katie's back? We really are. We miss Adam though.
Hey, guys.
Katie, who's in the chats tonight?
Oh, we got Mr. Paisley, Liam Jen, Lil Casanova is so excited, Jetton77 is excited, Harbing 3R
All right,
is excited.
all right. Slow down, slow down.
She's gonna pass out.
Matt
Many
Man.
of you.
Matt Man 1981. Woohoo!
There we go. That's
There it is. And that's our show. And also we have Justin Eclipse Johnson.
Matt Man, oh Matt Man, you're a man made of mats. Matt Man, oh Matt Man, if you fought bats, you'd be fighting Batman.
Who's Matt Man?
That's a guy in the chat room, Matt Man.
Yeah, I think
1980.
he's excited that
He was
That's
really
good. That was nice of you, Justin.
That
That was nice of you to do.
new user. User friendly.
good.
urinal mat loves you tonight, Justin.
Thank you.
You guys, we have such a special show for you tonight. We have one of our favorite guests that we're ever gonna
I think
have.
it's gonna maybe top any show ever.
Ever.
Tonight, yeah, we won't show her yet, but just get ready.
It has to do with, so
The stars.
The stars.
Oh, we already told them what the show is about.
I already told him.
They already know. So get your cosmic questions ready, you guys. 'Cause
Yeah.
this is your only chance.
So what do you have, Amanda?
Okay,
You
well,
made
I
us
was
some
doing.
surprises.
I took a class in college. I told everyone it was astrology. I was convinced it was astrology. Turns out, astronomy. Very different.
You took astronomy?
I took astronomy.
At LMU?
No, City College during the summer. No, I'm so sorry. Yes, that's true. City College. It was. But I was convinced it was astrology, but it was actually really...
Intricate math.
It was really intricate math, yeah. But anyways, that's nothing to do with what I'm about to show. But yeah, I was online researching my astrological love matches. So I've put some things in, and I don't know, Solaris maybe later can tell us if these things are accurate or not. But I think Chloe, can you show just in maybe the first image? This is our love calculator.
Amanda,
for Maria
no,
Blasucci. Did I spell your name wrong?
Yeah, Amanda, we've known
that's
each other
why.
for 6 years. Wait a minute, it says a successful relationship is possible, but you both have to work.
The chance is very small.
You do not sit back and think that it will all work out fine because it might not be working out the way you wanted it to.
Spend as much time with each other as possible.
No,
I don't think
we've
we can
already
spend
done
much more
it.
time together. Okay, so can we show the next picture? Becca Patterson and Loyal Casanova.
No.
To our viewers.
These guys aren't gonna work out.
Oh my gosh, I'm sorry, you guys.
Oh gosh, any other ones you did?
Okay, there's a couple more. Katie Conway and Aliens 300.
Oh!
Make it work.
Something's
That's
gonna
above average.
Yeah.
He's one of
Aliens,
our
what do you
viewers.
look like?
Your relationship may suffer good and bad times. If things might not be working out as you would like them to, do not hesitate to talk about it with the person involved.
Oh my gosh, I'm all about communication.
I think there's one more, or there's might be a couple more.
Let's see. This is exciting.
Justin Eclipse Johnson and Jutton. It says Jutton 777 or whatever.
Oh, 12%.
I don't think it's gonna work.
We could make it work, Jetton.
Okay, I think there's one more. Is that right, Chloe? Yeah. Okay.
Chloe and Amanda won.
Oh, it's gonna work!
That is really great. Where did you put your full name?
Chloe and
Great. That's really great. Congratulations, you guys.
Thank you.
So I can see wedding bells for
really
Aliens
excited.
300C and Katie, and you and Chloe.
Sorry,
Really
Maria.
great. No, that's all right. That's all right. I guess I wasn't meant for love.
Well, we'll find out. That's so good. I'm excited.
Loyal Casanova loves Chloe.
Well,
Yeah.
sorry. Because
Saying.
I didn't type in Loyal and Chloe though. Didn't want to take that chance. I was afraid they were gonna 100% and they get one. Should we reveal our guest? Do you think it's time?
yeah, let's do it. I'm just so excited because I'm so excited.
Okay, you got what?
Oh,
What's that,
please, Katie?
WestJet 2008. I love Maria.
Well, we didn't calculate it, so we don't know. Here is our guest, you guys.
Wait a minute.
Solaris!
Welcome!
Oh my goodness!
Nice to meet you all. See you.
Oh man, so tell us a little bit about yourself.
Well, my name is Solaris, and I'm an astrologer and an intuitive psychic. And I've been doing this professionally for the last 5 years now. And I am here with your charts ready, so I can do your fortunes.
Oh my gosh, we're so excited.
How did you get started in it?
Well, actually, I've always been interested in astrology, and I was tutored by this amazing psychic, Josephine Nessline Alvarez, who actually is coming out with her book Lucky 325 based upon predestiny. And yeah, it's really good. And so I've always loved it, and I was tutored by her, and then I decided to make it my own company, and voila.
And were you born with like an openness to this kind of stuff?
Well, I've always been definitely interested in the metaphysical, and when I was younger, my mom kept saying I had different type of experiences that I would tell her, and then, she would always kind of dismiss it and try
Like
to
what?
pass it
Like what?
Well, I don't know. Maybe it wasn't very accurate, because when I was 3, I said I saw dragons.
What?
Which, I don't know, apparently different dimensions, there's different creatures that exist, so I might have actually been able to see, something, but when I was a 3-year-old kid, your parents don't say that dragons are real. So
Right.
it kind of, just after a while, it kind of faded away, but then when I was 13, that's when I had my first spiritual experience where a ghost came to me and I channeled with that in a mediumistic way, and that kind of reopened the door.
So how is astrology related to the study of the stars related to because there are some psychics who don't use astrology, right? Or
Right?
They're
Yeah, some
called
people don't.
gypsies.
no, Maria's
A
not the thing about
gypsy, I'm
gypsies.
sorry, but gypsies just want your money.
Okay, well,
There are some psychics that are fake, that do try
Yeah.
to do it just for the money.
Gypsies.
is it possible to do it if you don't have an innate gift? You know what I mean? Can anyone kind of learn to do it?
It is, because astrology is a science. So
Okay.
you can definitely learn it. But then when you have intuition, it's easier to be able to
Right.
channel that additionally with the astrology.
Okay, that's very cool. Yeah, because it is more based in science. Yeah, because you're actually.
Because you can calculate it, actually, because astrology is based upon the gravitational pull on the water in our bodies, and that combines with the psychology of what creates you.
Okay, that's cool.
But what about you have to be able to kind of feel the energy of the other person, right?
Sometimes.
Sometimes.
Psychically, yes, you can kind of tap in to feel the energy, but when it comes to astrology, it's very much a numbers game. So it's about looking at where the sun and the Mercury and the Mars and where everything is kind of aspecting you. I can do a chart for somebody that's not even in the room because I can
Gotcha.
see
You
where it
guys-
was when they were born.
And you agreed to read some people in the chat room.
Absolutely, I
Yeah.
can definitely do that.
Yeah, that's so exciting.
So you guys get ready.
So I'll probably take down their stuff if they.
yeah.
Yes.
If you
What
want
we need from you is we need the place that you're born, the time of day that you're born as accurately as possible, and then I need the month, the day, and the year.
Okay.
Okay, should we start? Should we do?
We'll have Katie. Katie pick 3.
Okay.
Pick. You're 2 or 3.
Ones that pick
Okay.
the 3 people that
Aliens,
have never
my
said anything
lover.
vulgar.
Yeah.
So Loyal
Mace.
Casanova is out.
Oh.
No, I'm just kidding.
Aliens.
Maybe Loyal Casanova is a Scorpio, and then it makes sense.
Are you Loyal Casanova?
You guys,
Are you
whoa.
a Scorpio?
This is gonna be hard.
Is Loyal Casanova a Scorpio?
No, I think he's a Taurus. Or maybe he's lying. Whatever.
Even worse.
So should we start? Who should we do first? Is it me?
Well, I do have Maria up.
Okay,
However, I can't promise I'm going to be better than Dr. Love and the Love Calculator.
Oh my gosh. What are those things scams?
I don't know. It seems pretty good for you and Chloe.
Yeah. See, it's gonna happen.
Guys, keep your fingers crossed. Let's make it happen.
Yeah.
If we get enough donations, Amanda and Chloe will in fact get married.
I think Chloe is great.
Yeah. So
I don't know if
those
she's
donations.
like dating anyone though.
I'll agree to it. I'll agree to it.
Okay.
Donations, guys. Donations, and you'll see a wedding.
So
This is how we make money.
It'll be live on Late Night Lemonade.
Yeah. And anyone who donates can get something, a reading.
Yeah.
Yes.
But over.
No. Over $100, you can get a reading.
Yeah, and then 3 of you get it for free. And there's like 7 of you in the chat room, so it's pretty good odds. Okay, reading time.
Okay. All right. So what I have is I have an IO software which calculates the rising sign, which is the time of day that somebody is born. And we have Maria up right now. So Maria, what is your birthday? Are you born in May?
Yes.
Oh, I'm so psychic. No, just kidding. I asked.
No,
before
just
the
go
show.
with it. Just go with
So
it.
okay. So May. What number?
Are you ready for
Yes.
this? 16th.
16th, 1986. Oh, fabulous. Okay. And what time of day are you born?
I was born at 12:01 a.m.
Oh, perfect. 12:01
That's right.
a.m. Are you born at Santa Monica, California?
I am. This is getting weird. No, she asked.
I asked the time of day. Okay, so let me bring this up.
Oh man, I don't know what's in store. I don't know what's gonna happen.
Okay, this is fascinating. All right, so Maria, you are a Taurus
That's right.
and you're a Capricorn rising.
What does that mean?
That's really good because Taurus is an earth sign and Capricorn is an earth sign as well. Fortunately for you, your soul destiny planet is in Aries, so you need all of that energy behind the Taurus to bring the Aries out into the forefront. What it is in a past life, you were very giving and loving to your romantic relationships, but you are a little bit too giving of yourself. And you probably have experienced this actually in this lifetime as well. So in this lifetime, it's about not being self-sacrificing, and it's about really giving to yourself and allowing yourself to keep the autonomy of your own personality without giving too much in a relationship that's detrimental and keeping more of your sense of self.
Okay.
And let's see, your planets, you have a lot of planets in the 4th house of home life, so you're definitely a homebody. You like to stay at home very, very much, and you're going to be an amazing mother. You also, your soul destiny planet is in your 3rd house of communication, so you actually also came here to learn how to communicate to people of all types, because you've really mastered the art of wisdom in a past life. And in this lifetime, you're meant to develop your art of communication so that you can communicate your wisdom to everybody, all groups of people, without offending them, but also being able to be brave and confident enough to speak your truth to them, which is probably why you're in media right now, because you have a lot to say, a lot of substance, and so you came here to share the wisdom with people instead of just idle chatter, to like share something of importance, of meaning.
Cool. What about like love? What's going on? What's
Let's
happening?
See. Well, you're very much a romantic. Oh, I see.
Uh-oh.
You always have 2 people at once that you love. You either have someone from the past that you haven't
One of
gotten
them's
over.
always Amanda.
It does say that you can fall in love with more than one person at a time. So you might have a past relationship that you have a hard time letting go of, and you're dating someone, would be dating somebody currently, or you might fall in love with 2 people at once. So for you, what you're going to find is you're going to be able to transcend that in this lifetime and focus and channel your energies towards one person.
So it's going to be very romantic, epic story.
Very romantic epic story.
comedy.
And
Yes.
now about these past lives, like how do I find out more about this past life?
That's really interesting. I know somebody, his name is Bob Decker. He does past life regression. So there are people that can actually put you down into a trance in hypnosis, and you can actually, in your mind, see through visions when you're in a trance, so you can see your own past lives.
Wow.
It's really cool.
Okay,
Can I ask a question about that?
Yes.
I was listening last night to Coast to Coast.
Me too, Katie. They were talking about past
They
lives.
were talking about past lives, and they were talking about, like if you have pain, like they were talking about back pain.
Yes.
And saying like in a past life that might mean that you were stabbed in the back.
Yes.
Or if you have
Yes.
neck pain,
That's
that you were
true.
in a past life you were hung.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And what's so really good about past life regression is they can actually, through the regression when you're in the hypnotic trance, your brain is very susceptible to reprogramming your thoughts. So in that trance, when you're seeing the past lives, it actually heals it. And it allows you to reprogram your brain so that your back pain will go away.
That's what they were saying. They were saying, you know, if you
That is
recognize
so
it, then it
cool.
would stop. And that,
Yes.
I have that scares me because I have a back injury.
Well, also sometimes when people have problems with their backs, especially like if it's in your lower back, they're worrying about money. So you might also be worrying about money.
That's interesting.
Justin can't have anyone touch his neck. Like he can't have that done. So maybe he was.
Maybe he was hung.
Yeah.
That's how someone I know is too.
Really?
Yeah.
I know a lot of
Hung
people
for
like that.
what? Hanged, I think is the right.
Hanged.
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 Anything?
Oh my
is there
gosh.
anything else for me, or should we
Let's
move on?
see.
I'm so excited.
This is very
really cool.
exciting. Well, let's see. You have you have so much
It's
amazing
good?
things.
It's
You're,
good?
Well, you're gifted with music from a past life. You've mastered that ability, but in this lifetime, you're meant to actually do something more concrete with it. You're meant to do something involving more fame. So you're definitely supposed to, because your North Node is Aries, and that's the sign of the star. So you're meant to actually rise up the first sign of the zodiac. So to put you first above other people, because you're so giving and you're so loving that it can be very detrimental to yourself. So you're meant to actually place yourself first and to shine in the spotlight, which is very good.
How interesting.
You will network very well with older men, probably men that are double or triple your age.
Oh my God.
That's going to be ones that are, woohoo, not for love, but for networking.
well. Wow.
But you do
Who's to say I can't do a little of both?
Woo! You're in Hollywood.
Seriously.
So let's see. Oh my gosh, you are extremely psychic yourself, actually. You have Neptune in the 12th house. And Neptune is a psychic planet, and you have it in Capricorn, the sign of the old soul, and you have it in your 12th house of psychic
What
abilities.
is that? How do I? But I don't feel psychic.
Sometimes it's hard for you to get over the logical part of your brain
That's
and to
true.
trust the intuition.
That's
so I
true.
would try to trust more your intuitive powers and to really listen to your first emotional instinct instead of what you logically need to see.
Wow, that's good advice.
You have a lot of earth in you, a lot of earth. And when
Yeah.
somebody has a lot of earth, they're very reality based.
Wow.
It's hard for them to break out of that. So, and you're here to transcend that. And that's
Yeah.
very good.
And how come you guys can't see the screen? But how come in like some of these boxes there's nothing there?
Oh.
Because it really is just placed on where the planet started and when you were born.
And what are those things that have nothing in them?
It just means that there's, it's just where your energy is not really focused. So right now your energies are going to be in the 3rd house of communication because that's your soul purpose.
Right.
And you have a lot up here in your 9th house of wisdom. That's what you've developed in your past life. You have a lot of planets in the lower half of your chart, which means that you're very good with, being in the home and you like creating a sanctuary in your home. Ooh, well, I do see Jupiter in your 2nd house of money, which means you're going to be very lucky with finances.
Oh man.
man.
That's
Hopefully
really
one of
good.
these days.
Yeah.
With
Hopefully.
technology. Finances involving technology.
This place, the stream.
This is it. Donate, you guys. You have to. Donate.
Okay, my turn maybe?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, so let's bring up
Does it
your
say?
chart.
Am I gonna travel? Do you think?
You were a traveler in a past lifetime, actually.
Is that why I'm always? That's why. But I'm
It's a
gonna.
homebody.
You were a wanderer in the past life.
But I'm gonna travel again in this one. I think
Definitely,
too. Yeah.
definitely.
I
Where are
think.
you going?
Amanda, I was a wanderer.
Well, I didn't know about this.
Well, I'm.
Who's gonna host the show?
Well, All right. Let's see.
All right, so
We'll see if you are.
Amanda.
We're going together.
Okay, so Amanda, you are also a Taurus, is that correct?
Yes.
Okay, and so you are May, what number?
May 11th.
11th, 1986 again.
Yeah.
Oh, you guys are very close.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And do you know what time of day you're born?
I think like 11:15.
In the morning or at
Yeah,
night?
in the morning.
11:15 in the morning. And you were born, you said, in Long Beach, California?
Yeah.
Okay. So let's see here.
Oh my God. Fresh Dilly just said if Amanda were the only host, that would be way better.
Oh, that's so mean.
That's really mean. You know
He
who's
doesn't
not
get a
getting
free
read?
reading.
Yeah, you know who's not gonna get read?
You, Fresh
You.
Dilly.
So, did he give you his info, Katie? I hope not. I
Nope.
hope he did.
I got 3 infos.
Okay, great.
Oh, okay. So let's see. All right, Amanda. Now, this is very interesting. You came here to, in a past life, you were a mother who also, you have a very similar situation where you both sacrificed a lot. You sacrificed for your children, whereas Maria sacrificed for her romantic partner. So for you very much gave to your children, so you might actually very much want to be a mother in this lifetime, but you're actually not meant to do that until you've mastered your career, because you gave so much to your kids that you are not able to have the career that you wanted. So you came here to really establish that for yourself. So you have your soul destiny planet in Aries in your 12th house of career. So you came here to really shine as well, whereas you came here, Maria, to shine in communication. Amanda, you came here to shine in career in general. So, which is in Aries, which happens to be in Aries. So you also are the sign of the star, and you also are supposed to shine in your career.
We're gonna make it.
We're gonna make it. Donate.
You do. Now, it's fascinating. You have your, now see where where Maria networks with much older men, you network much better with women. So you're going to be, because you not only have your Venus, which is younger women, but you also have your moon, which is older women. So you have women of all ages that you network with very, very well.
Good.
You also have it in your house of friendship, so you have women friends more than anything.
Yep.
And you also have your Chiron there, which is the asteroid for the wounded healer. So you also came here to heal your friends. So friends will come to you for advice all the time. Now, this is very interesting. For love, you have your Uranus and your Neptune there. So the Neptune means that you've always wanted your soulmate, but then Uranus means that you have relationships that stop and start very suddenly, and you might not know why. So they start all of a sudden, and then they end abruptly. So you have that in your chart. So if that happens, don't worry about it. It's okay. But you fall in love with older men because you have your Saturn there in your 5th house of love.
Okay.
So you're going to be very lucky with a much older man.
With a much older man.
Yes. Maybe up to 20 years older.
Whoa!
Amanda!
Yeah, maybe like George Clooney or something.
Ooh, sexy.
That would be fun.
he is
That would be really
sexy.
good for us all to go to his Italian villa.
Yeah.
So maybe.
Okay, well, I hope he's watching.
Yes, please, George, please send us to your villa.
Yes, all of us.
Well, what's interesting is you actually, how racy am I allowed to get?
As racy as
crazy as you want.
Because you have your Jupiter in your 8th house. Jupiter is the planet of luck and abundance, and the 8th house actually rules other people's money and sex. So you're actually very lucky in those areas.
Amanda.
What do you mean, lucky in sex? How do you be that?
It just means that where other people might have to try at it more, it just happens naturally for you.
Okay, well, I'm not going to say anything.
You don't have to. She just did.
Now, what's interesting is your Mars is in the 6th house of work, so you actually, a lot of your energy is gravitated towards work, which is good. It helps you with your life purpose. Your Sun and your Mercury in Taurus are in your midheaven, so that also pulls your energy there. So you have a lot of assistance helping you with your life purpose.
Oh, cool.
So that's really good. What questions do you have?
Well, do they have any from the chat?
From the chat, do they have any questions out there?
Do you guys have any questions?
Do we have a marriage proposal from a much older man?
How old are you
You'll
guys
never
in
know
there?
what
Amanda,
No, they don't have anything.
I don't think any questions quite yet.
Later.
Actually, this is kind of off subject. Maybe we can get to it later. But they keep asking about the James Randi and the $1 million prize, I think.
They were asking that last time to the witch.
Do you know
But
what that
she's
is?
not. Isn't that about like being like, you know, if you can
prove
that like
they're not
ghosts
what-
are yeah.
Oh,
What does
okay.
that
Well, then
have to
that
do with
doesn't have
this?
any- okay, never
Nothing.
They'll ask. They
I got one from Mr. Paisley. Does Pluto not count as a planet now, and does that mess things up?
That's a fabulous question. You know what's so fascinating is there's definitely a lot of talk about Pluto not being a planet because they have had some recent breakthroughs. But what's interesting is in astrology, even the asteroids affect us because the moon is not a planet, but it is a celestial body. And the moon actually affects the gravitational pull of the tides, which will also affect the water in our bodies. Since we're made up of so much water, it affects us just like it affects the ocean. So Pluto, having a gravitational pull against the Earth, will also still affect us psychologically, and it will still affect us with astrology.
That's great.
Cool. Justin, do you have
That's a
anything?
great question. That's really smart.
That
I
is
like
a really
that.
good question.
Yeah.
That's good.
Let's hear a song.
Yeah,
From Justin.
Let's get a song.
Maria is a homebody, as anyone can see. And she likes more than one man, so that makes her a floozy. Amanda is a mother, and she likes older men. She's around women a lot, why don't you make them more than friends? I'm talking to you, Chloe. Marry each other, come on.
So should we do a viewer? I mean, to get them into
let's get a
All
viewer.
Let's
Katie,
do,
who do you got?
Well, okay, Loyal Casanova had to leave, but he gave me his information.
No, forget it.
Forget it.
He said he's gonna watch later.
No, forget it.
He's out.
Mattman, 1981.
Yeah.
Yeah, he seems to be our.
I think I'm gonna need to get a little more information from you, Mattman. But he was born June 6th, 1981.
Okay, let's see. Open new.
Is
chart.
he here? Is he ready?
Mattman is there.
January.
Oh,
Wait,
January.
Mattman.
Sorry.
What are you
saying?
My A looked like a
January
U. I apologize.
6, 1981.
Does Mattman deserve it? Are you just?
Mattman deserves it. He's
Okay,
a great
okay.
man.
Okay, and what time of day are you born,
What
that man?
Mattman, what time of day? 9:55 a.m.
9:55 a.m.
in Georgia. What's
Oh,
the
Atlanta.
Georgia? Were you Atlanta? Because there was two Georgias. Was he Atlanta?
Mattman?
I believe you said yeah.
Atlanta. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, Atlanta.
Okay. I mean, that's just my psychic ability. No, just kidding. Okay, so for Mattman. Okay, first, do you have any questions, or would you like a general overview of your chart?
Mattman. Come on, Mattman. Does he have any specific questions?
Let's see. General.
General. Okay, so Mattman, you are a Capricorn and you are an Aquarius rising. So that's really interesting. You right away have a contrast within you because you're Capricorn and you have a lot. You have your Sun, your Moon, and your Mercury all in Capricorn. That makes you very much an old soul, but also somebody that likes to follow the traditional order of things. However, you're an Aquarius rising, and Aquarius is all about being a rebel and breaking through past tradition, breaking down technology and things that don't work anymore to create a new innovative path. So you already have this conflict within you. It's very fascinating. You have your, let's see, your Venus is in your midheaven, and midheaven means career. And since you're a Capricorn, your career is extremely important to you. So that's probably the one thing that you'd be thinking about most in this reading. So for you, actually, you have your Venus there. So younger women are going to help you very much in your career, as well as if you go into anything involving the film industry with Neptune, anything with the oil business, very ironic, and also anything involving art, music, beauty, or women's products, or you can go the Capricorn financial route because you do have Venus, which is money. So you could tackle any of those topics. Your sole purpose is that in a past life, you were very much somebody that was very, very spiritual, and you were somebody that actually had a great deal of notoriety, but was actually robbed of their throne, so to speak.
Oh boy.
So for you came
Well,
here.
now he's a moderator on the stream.tv.
He's got a chip on his shoulder.
Oh, well, you came here to kind of reclaim the throne that was taken from you, but in a very loving way. So for you, you came here to learn about romantic love, self-love, and about being able to really respect yourself above all, because your North Node, your soul destiny planet, is in Leo. It also falls in your 6th house of work. So mastering the art of work, organization. You came here also to really master your health, to really focus on taking care of the body. So those are some general overviews for you.
Is there any way that he could have maybe been like Jesus or something? Well, I mean, like
That's what someone just said.
I know
They
that's
just
why
said that,
I read that because it was like, you know, he was taken, his crown was taken away from him. You know, like what? I mean, what if? You know?
Well, that's a very interesting point.
I mean, not Jesus, but like, you know, like King Tut or something like that.
Well, he would have been somebody whose
You know, one of
throne would have
those.
been robbed from them.
You're just naming famous men.
You know, like you know, like Burt Reynolds or something.
Wait, Matt, what does
He's
Matt
still
Man
alive.
think about this?
That's
Do you have any? I think he's in shock. There's no words coming out.
So that's interesting, Maria. So basically, both of our things was like put your career first.
Yes.
Because does that? So when you're reading someone's chart, is it things that they're already doing, or it kind of gives them a guide too, like things that you should be doing? Because the things that you were saying are kind of things that we currently are already doing.
Yeah.
That's good. That's
That's-
really good. That means that you're in alignment with your soul purpose.
That's
Which is
good.
important.
Yeah.
And you know, I was just thinking about this, but like, how many people are actually like born at the exact time, at the exact, you know, as like you are personally? I mean, there it can't.
Are you
be.
leading to a question about soulmates? Because that's what I want to ask you about.
Well, yeah. Well, because like, you know, how many people were born at exactly 12:01 on May 16th, 1986? I mean,
That's true.
You know, so it's like there is only really, when you're looking at it in this way, there is really only, you know, not very many of us. You know what I'm saying?
That's true. Yeah, that's very true.
If not more than, I mean, I could be the only one born at that exact
that's
time in that
possible.
exact location.
In that exact location.
Yeah,
Exactly.
that's a good point.
You know?
Absolutely, yes.
So I mean, it does make sense that it's like specifically for that person.
Yeah. So what about soulmates?
What about soulmates? What would you like to ask about it?
I don't know. Do they exist?
Absolutely. You can actually tell from a chart if somebody has been your soulmate before. Because that planet that I said you both have in Libra, you actually have known many Libras from past lives. So you'll feel yourself connected to them. And fortunately for you, you'll pretty much like them mostly because you're both ruled by Venus. So you're very compatible with other Libras. Now for you,
For Matt
your
Man?
particular, for Matt Man.
Oh no,
soulmate.
is this Amanda's?
This is Matt Man. Matt Man's soulmate is Aquarius. So people born in the month of Aquarius are very commonly his soulmate. Now for Amanda, let me pull you up. Okay, Amanda, yeah, so both you have Libras. And for you both, Amanda and Maria, if you meet an Aries, they're extremely life transformational for you.
Really? In a good way?
In a good way, because you're meant to learn to be an Aries. Your soul purpose and your destiny planet is that. So you come here to meet these people, and people that are Libras in October, you've known from before, and people who are Aries, people in April, you've come here to meet to have you be transformed to be very similar to that.
And who should we stay away from? Does it say who, like, what sign should we? 1 minute, Katie. Let's just get this straightened out.
Well, it's very interesting. For Amanda, now being a Taurus, you're generally very compatible with Earth signs. Now, for you, you would try to. With Mars, the Mars planet is a planet that gives you like some feisty butting heads because Mars is a planet of war. So for you, your Mars is in Capricorn, which normally I would say Tauruses get along very well with. People born in January. Matt Man actually is funny, is a Capricorn.
Oh gosh.
Now it's
You and Matt Man are not gonna work.
you're like a 19% match.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, Dr. Matchmaker.
But what's interesting is when you meet male Capricorns or people of the opposite sex, or people who you are attracted to, that gender, then it means that Mars can be a very sexual planet. So you might actually have a big chemistry with people who are Capricorns. So it's
But
very
it's not
interesting.
necessarily like the best emotional
Probably
relationship.
women you'll fight with.
Okay.
Or, whatever, I'm not going to get into that with you.
Yeah.
We don't have to talk about your sexual. But anyway,
anything.
What was your question, Katie?
It was actually a question from the lexicon, and he or she, I'm not sure, so is curious because the information you're getting is the time when someone was born, but does it also take into account when you were conceived? And this is a personal view. To him, he says you were technically alive in the womb before you were physically born.
Fascinating. That's actually a very, very interesting question. I do feel that the time that you were conceived, or around the time frame that you're conceived, does take into account. I was conceived on Valentine's Day, and my life purpose is all about love. So I kind of feel like that does kind of influence you here. But for astrological purposes, it's the time that you actually come out that you're actually born. So that's what will give you your rising sign, which will affect your personality and the way you look physically, all that.
Oh, cool. But I mean, the time you were conceived influences the time you were born.
Yep.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like all
Good point.
connected.
What should we do? Should we do one more? Chloe, how much time do we have?
Not too much longer.
We have enough time for me.
Yeah, let's do a couple.
And there
more
is a
then.
post show if you want to stick around for like 25 minutes afterwards, and we can do some more viewers, because I saw WestJet really want WestJet. We will
WestJet
get
really
you.
wants
We will
it.
get you
Yeah,
done.
yeah.
Excellent.
Ryan Donnelly.
Can I just say hi?
Yeah, hey Ryan Donnelly.
I also have another question. So that with all these things make me wonder. What about 2012? Do you have any sort of?
Oh, that's fascinating, actually, because, with astrology, there's all this talk about the Mayan calendar in 2012 and how there's going to be either the Armageddon or a higher consciousness that's going to kind of spread the world, and the people that aren't meshing with it, then they will, either be removed from the planet of their own will or by the forces at will. So there's a lot of theories that are going on about 2012. For Western astrology, which is what I've studied, even though there's Vedic and Chinese and Mayan and all that, for the Western astrology, it does say that on December 21st, 2012 is where there'll be the shift. And what happens is because we are going to be crossing over the galactic center. Wow. And that has not occurred for a very, very, very long time. And the last time that it occurred is basically, I forget the name of the term, maybe it happened in the prehistoric times, and that's kind of what has influenced, from then to now. So I forget the exact number, but I think it happened the last time 24,000 years ago. Wow. So it hasn't happened for a very long time, but it did shift from the prehistoric times to now. And so now we're crossing over it again. So I don't have any concrete answers, but I definitely feel like the world is going to go through a higher consciousness and an awareness.
So what she's saying is 2012, the movie, is going to be pretty accurate. The USS John F. Kennedy is going to fly over the White House.
Is that what happens?
Well, in the preview, there's a tidal wave.
Are you predicting a tidal wave?
That's a really tough question because I do know a lot of psychics that have had dreams about tidal waves.
Really?
I actually also have had dreams about tidal waves, but I don't want to believe it. So
Maybe you just need to go surfing. Maybe that's
say no.
If I had a dream, a long time ago I had this dream where I was played this series of men throughout history. Like in my
That's
dream.
awesome. That was probably your past lives.
Do you think so?
You were a man?
One of
She was
them, I
men?
was this man, and I was sword fighting with this guy, and I pinned him down, and I said, I'm not going to kill you, you're my brother. And I got up and I turned around and he stabbed me in the back. And then it switched to me and I was this gangbanger out on the street. And I had this gun at this guy's head and he had a gun at my head. And I was like, I'm not going to kill you, you're my gang brother. And I moved my gun away and he shot me.
Well,
Oh my gosh,
Fool
Amanda.
me once.
Yeah.
Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice.
Yeah.
Well, it's interesting. I wonder, have you ever experienced in this lifetime difficulty with trust? Because it seems like maybe in the past you've been betrayed many times.
Yeah, I can see that. Maybe. I mean, I don't really know. I feel like I'm a pretty trusting person. But...
I mean, you trust too much.
Oh, Maria. Uh-oh. Look at that.
I'm not going to cancel you. I'm not going to cancel you.
Brian.
Yay!
Do you think our show's going to get canceled?
No, I think it will live on forever.
Oh, good. Well, not too long. I mean,
At least 5 more minutes.
At least 5 more minutes.
let's do Chloe. Let's do Chloe. She's
Chloe.
been waiting.
All right. Well,
Should we
I
get a song
had
real
Chloe
quick?
write on this Post-it
let's go
note
after.
her information,
Perfect.
which I have not looked at until now, and it says that she's born in November, but I have no other information. So, Chloe, you were born November what, sweetheart?
I was born November 1st.
November 1st.
Oh, happy birthday, Chloe.
1986. Thank you.
You guys are all 1986. Do you see a trend here? Do you see how people that are born around the similar time have a similar life purpose and how they're grouped in the same location? It's very interesting. What time of day were you born, Chloe?
1986. I was born at 8 in the morning.
Ah, 8 a.m. And you were born in Fremont, California. So let's see here.
Oh man,
Are you excited? Are we ready?
this is good.
This is going to be
Do you feel
good.
attention?
Yeah.
Okay. So you are a Scorpio rising. You are the epitome of passion and intensity. You, however, have all of your planets in the 12th house. And when somebody has a concentration of planets, it basically over-accentuates their extremist tendencies. And a Scorpio is very extreme to begin with. So it's fascinating. You're very black and white. You either love something or you hate something. All of your energy is in the 12th, so all of your passion, you conceal it, which Scorpios do anyways, but you conceal it even more. Not only that, but in the 12th house of psychic abilities, you are extremely psychic. You're very intuitive, very emotional, very empathic. You feel what people are feeling. You don't tell them what you know because you're very private, very secret. For you, you also, just like Amanda and Maria, are a past life Libra, so you also had a lot of sacrificing, but you sacrificed for your friends. In this lifetime, your soul purpose is to learn about romantic love, and you came here to really learn what it's like to be in a relationship without sacrificing yourself, but to put yourself above your friends. So it might seem a little controversial to all of you that have had a lot of sacrificing in the past, because you might feel, oh, it's selfish of me to make these choices for myself, but that's what you guys are here to overcome and transcend. You guys are here to realize that you are very valuable and that you are going to be putting a value on yourself. So much so that it might feel uncomfortable for you to assert yourself so much, but it's part of your growth.
That's great. What's that
There's
noise?
a noise. Doo-doo-doo.
What's that noise, Brian?
I think it's a cell phone.
Oh no, maybe it's mine, I don't know. It's a new phone, so I don't even remember the ring.
Hey, how is that, Chloe? Do you have any questions? I mean, is this accurate for you?
It seems pretty accurate. I'm kind of exactly like that. So
Kind
you're
of
good.
exactly like that.
That's crazy.
You're so cute.
Should we do a song? Justin, do you have anything
Yeah.
to say, or do you? He always does.
He always has something to say.
That's gonna be the Gemini. Geminis are all about communication.
In 2012, the world's gonna end. So Chloe, put all your worries in a metal bin. Realize that Amanda may be the one. Get together and you guys might have a little fun.
Come
I'm talking
on.
to you. Extreme, Chloe.
Extreme.
What? Now these are tarot cards you have right here.
Oh, I do. I have cards. I can do a little bit of these.
Oh my
Voila.
goodness, I'm overwhelmed. And you also, we want to do this before we end though. We want to, you record music as well.
I do,
Right.
yes. I'm also a recording artist. I came out with my album last year, and I turned it into a musical called Choose Love.
And we're gonna hear,
Well, yeah, let's hear it, but first can we do What's Cute This Week? So we don't
can we
forget?
play it while we're watching What's Cute This Week? Is there a way to do that? Chloe?
Yeah, can we do that?
Is this
Oh,
the
this is the
song?
song?
This is the song?
Yeah, this is manifestation.
Give Nathan a kiss.
This is
Oh my
What's
gosh.
This is
Oh
weird
my
playing it.
gosh. This is good.
This is weird.
This sounds good though.
That poor child.
Just keep this playing.
Yeah, turn it
Playing.
up,
Turn it up a little bit. Yeah, Katie, go to Katie. Oh,
Was that child's face bleeding from the dog?
No, even if it was.
just kissing him. I think it was just. Don't worry about it, Katie.
Are you sure?
I'm sure he's fine.
This is good.
I like this.
Yeah. Did you wrote all these yourself?
Yes, I wrote these songs, all the lyrics, and then I did different co-writes with different people. And oh god, there's so many to name, but if you go to my website, you can see all the credits of all the people I worked with. And if you want to buy the CD, you can go to www.cdbaby.com/CD/Solaris Music.
Someone write that down on here.
What's your website?
Oh, well, my astrology website is www.fairyastrology.com.
Do you have Twitter?
No, but I have Facebook.
That's good.
Facebook.com/Jamie, JAIME.Allen, ALLEN. So add me as a friend.
Yeah. And check out her website and buy her CD.
I buy my CD. Get a reading.
We're gonna have a post show in a couple
And
minutes.
also, Solaris, can you do like Justin and Katie's readings after
Yes.
this?
Yeah.
I want to hear. I'm interested to hear.
And I want to
theirs,
see
so.
how those tarot cards are going to be working out.
We're gonna just
Yes.
pick your brain.
What an exciting!
I had a great
I did
time.
too. So thank you so much for doing this.
Oh, thank you so much for having me on the show. This has been so much fun.
Did you have fun?
Yes, I loved it.
Okay, good.
Yay.
Justin, any last words before you get yourself read?
You don't even have to read my chart, cause I'm a badass.
You're the badass Gemini banjo player.
That's all
What about Katie? Do you have anything to say like that? Katie?
Peace.
Good. You guys, thanks so much for coming out. Thank you,
And
Chloe.
watching.
And
Thank you, Chloe.
Amanda
Good
and
job.
Chloe are going to be really happy together.
I hope
think.
so.
I think so. Why not?
Very, very happy.
We already are.
Oh, so I guess I should play us out and always forget what chord.
What are the ending credits for?
Oh, do you now? I don't play this anymore, Chloe, because you made ending credits.
Well, I didn't make it with music because you're the music.
Nice. Good going. Yeah, thank you, everyone.
Thanks, everyone. What a beautiful night.
This is a great positive night.
It's late night lemonade.
Bottom, bottom. Is that what I say? Do. Okay, go.
Go walk in the shade.
Do.
We're gonna sit and talk for a while. So come on, everyone, just put on a smile. So come on, everyone, just put on a smile. That's my dog, Clementine.